From unwanted ginger copper to a gorgeous golden blonde balayage in just one session. Stick around. What's up guys, I'm back with another video. What you're seeing here is a test trend that I performed on this client. She told me she had hated this color another stylist had given her. She colored it just a few weeks ago along with her hair already being blonde before that. So I knew there was a chance to help her get back to how it was before. For the test trend, I used Blonde Me lightener from Schwarzkopf with 20 volume under a gentle heat for about 20 to 30 minutes, and the results were very obvious. We were able to get to work the very next day. As I mentioned before, Schwarzkopf Blonde Me is my preferred lightener. I start the first bowl with 3 ounces of powder along with 6 to 6.5 ounces of 10 volume. You want to make sure you're starting off with a low strength developer if you think it's going to take you an excessive amount of time to apply the lightener all over. The technique I'm using is the Airtouch technique, where you take out a fine section, but instead of teasing the shorter hairs away, you're just blowing them out with your blow dryer, leaving you with only the longest strands. This technique does require more time, however it is definitely not as harsh on the client's hair along with their scalp when it comes to brushing all that teased hair out. I start from the nape area, working in a brick laid pattern. One of the most important things to remember is to saturate completely. A lot of times you'll find yourself having to reapply the lightener on the mids or in the ends, or even both sometimes because of poor saturation. A good way to make sure you're evenly saturating is by combing the product through each section as you're applying. This client had walked in the night before, super traumatized about her situation. She made the decision to go to her usual stylist and had requested this ginger type of tone from roots all the way down to the ends, but she instantly regretted it. She had reached out to him about the color and how she wanted to go back to blonde, but he had told her he doesn't think that it can be done in time for her audition that was a month away. Immediately after her conversation with her stylist, she came into the salon hoping for the best, and after she explained her situation to me, I decided to perform the test trend that you saw earlier. Let me tell you guys, she actually cried when she saw the results. I promised her that I would help her out to the most of my abilities. Had I didn't perform the strand test, I would have never known how light I could have gotten her hair until I actually started the service as a whole, which is super unprofessional and potentially a recipe for disaster. Now, as you're slowly running out of lightener, when you go and grab more lightener, you're that much closer to being finished with the application. If she has a lot of hair left and you know you're going to use a lot more lightener, then bump the developer to 15, and then to 20, and then to 25. After I finish applying the whole back section, I go to the very first foil and check the progress. We see that the beautiful blonde is ready to be rinsed, but before we do that, you gotta get rid of all that copper that we had blown away with the blow dryer at each section. This is referred to as depth, dimension, or lowlights, just to name a few. For this, I used the Wella Color Touch 7.1, which is an ash base to neutralize the warmth, with the 1.9 gentle developer with a 1.2 ratio. Considering it's a cream toner, you want to make sure that there aren't any clumps. Take that extra minute to whisk it, it's easier to work with. I then began to color the remaining hair that I left behind. You don't need to touch the roots just yet because you're going to be toning them down later. After I finish the back section, I apply the money piece for the left side alone. Usually I do about 2 foils, maybe even 3, depending on how much hair she actually has. I repeat the Airtouch technique in a diagonal pattern until I reach the top corner. Now you repeat the same thing for the right side. You isolate the money piece, and then you start right around the temple, working your way up diagonal sections. If the section is too wide, make it 2 sections next to each other. Now that I'm nearing the last couple of foils, I'm going to get ready to apply that 7.1 for the sides. By the way, the 7.1 was on for at least 20 minutes so it can be fully processed. Now this is my favorite part. For the roots, we used Redken Shades 06GN plus 04NA. And for the mid-lengths and ends, we used clear. First we applied clear, and then we applied the roots, just so we can help blend it better. I like to start from the bottom and work my way up, starting with one quadrant, this being the back left, and then I move on to the back right. Over here you can get an idea of what the left side looks like when it's toned, and what the right side looks like when it's not toned. And then you just tone the rest of the hair the same way you did that first left back section. Do the same thing to the right, and then you do the front, left side, and the right side. After you're done applying the toner, you then wait 15 minutes to 20 minutes so it can process completely. Over here, you're about to see a preview of what it can look like on straight hair with a little bit of a wave to it. Now, just in case we forgot where we came from, enjoy this gorgeous finish. Guys, if you want to see more of these videos, please let me know in the comments below. I know some of you have been asking me for more videos to upload, so I will try my best. But what I need from you is to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to support this channel so YouTube can show this video to other stylists much like yourself who can learn a thing or two. If you haven't already done so, follow me on Instagram for more of my work and DM me on how you can get this look for just $30 through my bi-weekly raffle. Thank you so much for those who made it this far. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.